I'm going to start the video off today. Ron and Whitney are unavailable. They're on a big house call in Connecticut, but I'm to tell you that we have a nice selection of sterling silver and jewelry. Before I start with a mid-century dining room set by the company Albano out of Manhattan from the mid-1960s, including this tall chest, this low chest, a pair of nightstands, and the headboard. All sort of Parzinger, Gio looking furniture. Forgive me, Mr. Albano. It's unique in design, came out of a local house in unbelievable original condition. Out of the same estate, a beautiful, probably tiger maple and brass inlaid, gilt bronze mounted, extendable oval dining room table with 3 or 4 leaves, opens up to a good size, also by the Albano company. And here's a couple more pieces of Albano furniture. This little occasional brass inlaid occasional table in just really unbelievable original condition. And this is also Albano, the circular glass top coffee table with these little beautiful brass sabots and brass trim here. We have several lots of very good bohemian glass from 2 houses. This is a 4-piece lot here, all 19th century with beautiful little hand-painted soldiers. A beautiful pair of emerald green lusters with very finely painted portraits of men and women with alternating panels of flowers in unrepaired condition. They go along with this beautiful big chalice form cup engraved with different buildings in Austria or Germany. Some of our antique Chinese items is a beautiful hardwood brush pot. Again, you can see all the detailed photos and condition reports. Another carved bamboo, this one's bamboo brush pot. And a nice antique porcelain brush pot. Good condition. A very unusual bronze seal here, four seals, all food dogs. Here's a nice lot of Chinese I got yesterday in Yonkers, some cinnabar vases. They're as is, need repair, but it's a nice lot. A good horn Kuan Yin, a beautiful quality little antique ivory, Chinese ivory bud vase, an antique plate, and then this vase. That's all one lot. Okay, out of Yonkers, a nice pair of antique Chinese porcelain vases, a true pair with sparrows, I guess. Very nicely decorated. 2 antique Chinese vases, 1 lot, 1 blue and white, 1 rose medallion. A nice lot here, Steve, Steuben calcite, a set of 9. I think 1 is cracked, so we'll call it a set of 8 sherbets and underplates. Nice iridescent Steuben calcite glass. Another beautiful Chinese piece from our Yonkers estate. This is actually how I met the woman on our walk-in Wednesday. She brought this vase in and then asked me to come to her mom's estate in Yonkers. So a beautiful antique 19th century enamel decorated vase with a beautiful pierced hardwood cover. A nice 18th century English ballfoot chest. I don't know if you can see how nice this burled wood is under this finish, but a beautiful little antique chest, Chippendale hardware. And here, a turn of the century French bronze mounted Bombay front commode, nice little figural hardware, women, I think. And one of 3 grandfather clocks. This one an 8-tube by William Enhouse and Son in New York with a moon phase dial. A turn of the century signed French marble top 2-door cabinet, king wood, signed here, Paris, Huguenet, H-U-G-N-E-T. Not a label I'm familiar with. We have the matching bed and armoire to this beautiful little turn of the century French marble top bronze mounted 3-drawer Actually, it's a humidor. One drawer and a cupboard below, marble. We have all the marble inserts. And here, Steve, an antique Chinese bronze bell. It's a copy of an archaic bell, but I'll bet it's 19th century anyway. And out of our Rye estate, or Harrison actually, pardon me, is a fantastic chandelier, huge bronze and slag glass chandelier, in the style of, and probably Oscar Bach. These have just walked in 30 minutes ago, Steve. Probably Pima, but Southwest coiled baskets, this sort of shouldered vase style basket, and this deep basket, kind of like a gambling tray. And that ends my segment for today, and I'm going to turn it over to Keen and hope to see you at the auction.
All right, thank you, Bruce. We have a lot of mid-century to cover in this sale, so I'll start right here with these beautiful Milo Bauman for Thayer Coggin lounge chairs. Has the great angled arm in the back, purple upholstery. It looks original. It doesn't have the original tag because the consigners did reupholster it about 20 years ago, but the upholstery is held up very nicely. There's absolutely zero condition issue with these frames. No chrome losses, no rusting, no pitting. Really just nice washcloth. Just wipe it off. It'll be in perfect condition. Over here, I'm sure Bruce has already spoken to you about these Albano pieces, a little occasional table, coffee table. Behind that is a gorgeous and pretty rare Dunbar sectional. The Dunbar has these nice, almost Asian modern look to the base that you see Dunbar had quite frequently produced. The upholstery is in vintage condition, original color, but it has some sun staining, has some other staining that it might need to be reupholstered. You can really make it work for you, and it really fits this space beautifully. Behind that here, we have a George Nelson for Herman Miller, 4-drawer and 1-door chest. It kind of has the thin edge look to it with the aluminum feet, the aluminum Y pulls, and a gorgeous George Nelson for Herman Miller label on the interior of the drawer. In the middle of that, I think everyone should be really touched by this chair. It's the unique hand chair that is different because it has the thinner fingers, kind of a lady finger looking chair. Has a nice base on that. Does have one condition issue of the broken finger with an old repair. The old repair seems pretty strong, but it just goes untested as of now. Next to that piece, we have another sideboard credentials, but these ones have the fold out doors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawers on that with the rosewood on the front. Nice slide on those, no sticking. Also has a unique set of plastic tray drawers for silverware, glasses, cups. Don't see that too often. Has a nice porcelain pulls on that, great veneer on the front. Feet are a little thicker than you would usually see, but you know, that's what makes it a pretty unique piece. Moving along behind you here, Steve, we have a pair of these brown leather Wasserly chairs. Slight rusting, a little pitting on the chrome to that, but there is a pair of these. They're in, I would say, above average condition for the age of them. Behind them, there's these small occasional tables with a small mosaic top, brass accents on these legs here. Really gorgeous, and you see the mosaic tops are becoming quite popular these days, so these should do pretty well. They're also in a lot with a John Stewart coffee table, teak and rosewood coffee table. You can see that on the catalog at any time. Behind those, we have a pair of upholstered and chrome base mid-century chairs. Kind of a toss-up to who these might be. They are unlabeled and unsigned, but the upholstery is in great condition, still has no stiffness and very comfortable as well. In the middle here, I'll cover all this section. This is a great modern fireplace set. Screen needs a little bit of cleaning because it was used, but the tools are in great condition, great modern look, sleek design to that. Has a label on top, fireplace caddy on the bottom, the separating leather, and these gorgeous bell attachment feet here. And another chrome piece that is a classic is the Mies van der Rohe Barcelona coffee table. Coffee table is in great condition as well. A little bit of cleaning on both the glass and the base would do this just fine. On top, have a pretty unique Haven't seen one of these before. Has almost a Kagan-esque look to it. It's a coffee table. There's a round piece of glass that we have on top of this, and it really could fit any space pretty well. Like I said, very unique, very original, kind of hand-carved piece there. All right, another conversation piece that you see a lot in mid-century design is a Jan Excelius etc. chair. Has a white slipcover on it, which is in great condition, but you could really change it to any color that you like. The frame is in great condition. No stiffness, no problems with the cushioning on there. Right behind you, Steve, if you want to take a quick look, two beautiful blonde wood Swedish 2-drawer side tables, a nice mid-century teak bench or coffee table here if you like. Another one of these Albano couches. We had one of these in the last sale. Did pretty well. The only difference between this and the other one is, besides the color, these beautiful accents on each one of the stands on the couch base. Another classic, Mies van der Rohe, the MR chair, original upholstery, great condition, very minor cracking to the leather on those. Has the Knoll label on each of them as well. Another super special piece is this game table with the inlays. Has a beautiful leg, the inset chrome, the stainless steel, and the 4 slide-out cup holders. I should mention that we do have another Paul Macab sideboard. This one with the black lacquer front, 3-drawer over door. These ones have the black lacquer inside. It's for the Calvin group. Beautiful label on the inside if you want to get that. Aluminum trimmed accent. This one's a great piece. Have another Jens Rism desk here. Original key. It's pretty rare. All original parts. Plastic pulls. Great condition. The consigners kept this in beautiful condition. On top of that, we have a T.H. Robjohn Gibbing X-Base bench. You could use it as an ottoman. Upholstery is a little faded, but you know, once again, not a huge deal on that. We do have a load of Murano chandeliers, Murano giftware, glassware. This is a beautiful one. Has these kind of raspberry additions to those. Great red accents on the leaves. And I'll show you more of those as we move along. A nice modernist glass table with the beautifully angled legs. You could see these reproduced in some other showrooms, but this one, it has a very clean look to it. Below that, this might be my #1 favorite of the sale. It's the Gazelle brass base coffee table or dining table if you really want it. It's a little short, but I think that it would make a great dining table. It has just a beautiful sculptural look. The Gazelles are just, you know, they're just gorgeous. I don't know what else to say about it. They're just one of my favorites. These ones are possibly the most important piece in the sale if they turn out to be what they should be. These are a Hans Wegner for AP Stolen, quote unquote, prototype chair that was the precursor to the AP 71 lounge chair that Hans Wegner made for AP Stolen. According to the consigner, but without documentation, these are the precursor. They have the original fabric of the time. They have the rope base on that. Have these gorgeous details. This little button hook there. Has the adjustable back. The only difference between these and the AP 71s are the adjustable 3-prong in the back, which would usually go right here. Finally, I did mention that we do have a lot, and I mean a lot, of Murano. These are all La Marina. They all have the original boxes. Gorgeous, untouched. They all came from a lighting company that is now out of business. This is a new vintage stock, meaning that it is original to the time period, but some of it has not even seen the showroom, so it is in perfect, and I mean perfect condition. And I think that wraps it up for me. I will shoot you over to Nelia, and I hope you all enjoy the sale. Thank you.
Thank you, Keen. I'd like to start here with this work, an oil on canvas by Polish artist Joseph Ryskwitz. This just came in yesterday. It's one of a pair, signed and dated 1903. I'm going to show you the second one in just a moment. Very illustrative. And just next to it, we have an oil on canvas by Wallace Putnam. This also just came in yesterday out of a Park Avenue home. American artist, mid-20th century. Just above it, nice thing to have, we have a watercolor study of the same painting. This does come with an original receipt. Nice winter scene. From the same home on Park Avenue, we have a Howard Hodgkin. This is a lithograph with hand coloring. Hodgkin is known for his prints and for his abstract works on canvas. This is a diptych. We have 2 sheets, but we have an additional bit of hand painting up in here. Both of these sheets are signed and dated 1979. The title is for Bernard Jacobson, and these were purchased from the Bernard Jacobson Gallery in the 70s or late 80s. We have a second one, which I'll show you in just a moment. Next to that is a Zorma Beitler. This is an oil on canvas. This is an artist who is active in both Uruguay as well as Israel. So it's known for a lot of Israeli scenes. We think this could perhaps be Jerusalem in the background, though we can't be sure, but nice sort of impressionist painting. And next to it is the second Reiskowitz oil on canvas, again Polish, and you can really see the illustrative quality here. You've got a couple in a carriage that look to be startled. The horse is startled by a demon up in the sky. So these are a bit dark. I hope you can get a good image of them because the quality is really quite good. This is the second Howard Hodgkin. This is actually a silk screen with some embossing. It is hand signed and dated 1980. Also purchased from Bernard Jacobson and issued by Bernard Jacobson. Below it, from a house in Harrison, we have a Leon Moran. Very sweet oil on canvas. This is probably late 19th century, maybe turn of the century. Unfortunately, there is a bit of flaking here, but a really sweet painting nonetheless. This very famous image by Stuart Davis, entitled Report from Rockport, comes from a 1940 oil on canvas by the artist that I believe hangs in the Met. And this is a silk screen. The condition is a bit unfortunate. There's a bit of flaking. It should be noted that the same silk screen sold, not the exact same silk screen, but the same image, sold at Sotheby's several years ago for $36,000 against a $5,000 to $7,000 estimate. This we have offered with no reserve at a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate. So we'll see what happens with this piece. Here we have a small pencil drawing by Marsden Hartley. It's of a German mountain range. Although it's unsigned, we do have a Zabriskie Gallery label on the back. I do believe this is all original framing, so we have no reason to doubt the authenticity on it. And we have seen others like this come to the market before. This will be offered with a $600 to $900 auction estimate. And just up above, we have a Robert Indiana silk screen from 1967. This is called The Four Facets of Esther II. Nice work by the artist, number 31 of 60. We have quite a few winter scenes in this first summer sale of the season. This one is by Olaf Jernberg. This is a Swedish artist. Nice use of light, probably late 19th century. He did work into the beginning of the 20th century as well, in good original condition with a bit of craquelure, but nonetheless pretty good shape. This is out of a home in Riverdale. I want to mention this work very briefly, just because I really do like it. It's not signed. This came from us out of a storage unit, but it just has a really wonderful palette and really wonderful feel to it. Probably, again, early 20th century, maybe 1910, 1920 or so, of a man looking out on a windowsill that's just very somber and something very appealing. This is an oil on canvas by Jacques Bousseau, a nice French landscape or cityscape, Parisian street scene, good use of color, good condition, very decorative, coming up I think with a $1,000 to $1,500 auction estimate. Up above my head here we have an oil on canvas by Frank Ferruza, the third winter scene I'm going to show you. This is an American artist, probably mid-20th century, really well painted. This came in on a walk-in Wednesday a few weeks ago. Another walk-in piece is this Henry Collins Bispam. It really needs to be cleaned, but we were able to work out that signature. Really nice painting. I hope it'll do well at auction. We have it going up with a $600 to $900 estimate. He is an American late 19th, early 20th century painter. Up top here is a Ben Foster oil on canvas. This is out of the same home as the Henry Collins Bispham. This is also a nice use of light and color here. He is an American artist. It's signed in the lower left. Again, very dirty, fresh out of an estate, not been properly cared for, but I think this is going to clean up in a terrific way. There are details hidden in the landscape that you just can't see at this moment. This very small painting I'm about to show you is by Frankel Frenel. It's a woman at a cupboard, a small oil on canvas. This actually came in to us as a result of a Frankel Frenel we sold in the last sale that sold for about $1,200. It was a Israeli street scene. This one a bit different in subject matter, but very bright, very charming. We have it at a $500 to $700 estimate, but from the $1,200 result of the last sale, I hope it'll do better than that. We're actually going to start this auction with a huge collection of paintings by Manuel Bocini. He was an Italian-born artist who worked in Paris and also had a home and studio in Rye, New York. We have a tremendous collection of oils on canvas, as well as sketchbook, sculpture. This is a lifetime of work. It was all kept in his son's attic, same home and studio that he was working in the 1920s through 40s. And all of these paintings date in that range from about 1925 to about 1945 or so. There are over 100 pieces here, as you can see. We have them grouped in numerous box lots. They vary from, figure paintings bordering on modernist, almost surrealist looking, to still lives, almost in the matter of Cézanne, very neoclassical. If you look over here, a lot of nudes, some really marvelous portraits. And again, these are estate fresh, never been to market. The artist is listed in Who's Who in American Art, but never really traded. He did not let a lot of his work ever be sold, although he did have a gallery, and I know we just showed you the gallery sign here. This was his Parisian gallery. He did also show some of his work in New York. Well, with over 100 paintings in the sale, we hope that you will come and see it. Once again, sale date is June 24th at 5 p.m. Thanks so much.